is for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, text number 46. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is Scheduled Incarnations with Specific Functions. Please repeat the sloka beginning me. Devai vidanti atitaranti cha deva-māyāṁ.
Devai atitaranti deva-māyām.
Strī-śūdra-hūṇa-śabarā api pāpa-jīvāḥ.
Strī-śūdra-hūṇa-śabarā api pāpa-jīvāḥ.
Yady adbhuta-krama-parāyaṇa-śīla-śikṣās.
Yady adbhuta-krama-parāyaṇa-śīla-śikṣās.
tiryag-janā api kim śruta-dhāraṇā.
tiryag-janā api kim śruta-dhāraṇā.
Word by word meaning. Please repeat begin me. They. Such persons.
Such persons.
Why? Undoubtedly.
Undoubtedly.
Vidanti. Do know. Atitaranti. Surpass. Cha. Also. Deva-māyāṁ. The covering energy of the Lord. Three. Such as women. Shudra. The laborer class of men. Hūṇa. The mountaineers. śabarāḥ. The Siberians. Or those lower than the śūdras. Api. Although. Pāpa-jīvāḥ. Sinful living beings. Yady. Provided.
Adbhuta-krama.
One whose acts are so wonderful. Parāyaṇa. Those who are devotees. Śīla. Behavior. śikṣāḥ. Trained by. tiryak-janāḥ. Even those who are not human beings. Api. Also. Kim. What. You. To speak of. śruta-dhāraṇāḥ. Those who have taken to the idea of the Lord by hearing about him. Yea. Those. Translation and perfect praise reading grace Abhay Charna Vanda A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. Surrendered souls, even from groups of leading sinful lives, such as women, the laborer class, the mountaineers, and Siberians, or even the birds and beasts, can also know
can also know
about the signs of Godhead
about the signs of Godhead
and become liberated
and become liberated
from the clutches of
from the clutches of
the illusory energy
the illusory energy
by surrendering unto the
surrendering unto the
pure devotees of the Lord
pure devotees of the Lord
and by following
and by following
in their footsteps in devotional service.
in their footsteps
In devotional service.
in devotional service.
Purport. Sometimes there are inquiries as to how one can surrender unto the Supreme Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita 18.66, the Lord asked Arjuna to surrender unto him. And therefore, persons unwilling to do so questions where God is and to whom they should surrender. The answer to such questions or inquiries is given herein very properly. The personality of Godhead may not be present before one's eyes, but if one is sincere in wanting such guidance, the Lord will send a bona fide person who can guide one properly back home, back to Godhead. There is no need of material qualifications for making progress on the path of spiritual realization. In the material world, when one accepts some particular type of service, he is required to possess some particular type of qualification also. Without this, one is unfit for such service. But in the devotional service of the Lord, the only qualification required is surrender. Surrendering oneself is in one's own hand. If one likes, he can surrender immediately without delay, and that begins his spiritual life. The bona fide representative of God is as good as God himself, or in other words, the loving representative of the Lord is more kind and more easy to approach. A sinful soul cannot approach the Lord directly, but such a sinful man can very easily approach a pure devotee of the Lord. And if one agrees to put himself under the guidance of such a devotee of the Lord, he can also understand the signs of God and can also become like the transcendental pure devotee of the Lord, and thus get his liberation back to home, back to Godhead, back to home for eternal happiness. So, realization of the signs of Godhead and relief from the unnecessary, useless struggle for existence are not at all difficult for the willing candidate, but they are very difficult for persons who are not surrendered souls, but only simple, profitless speculators. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshur-unmilitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnu-padaya Krishna-pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharani Vishnu-shunyavad Pashasha Desha Tarani Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today's sloka, the discussion between Brahma and Narada is continuation on this chapter. So today Brahma is talking about the surrendered souls. So he's talking about the pure devotees of the Lord. So the pure devotees of the Lord, their thinking, their willing, their acting, everything centered around the Supreme Lord only. That's why we are calling them as a pure devotees. And also that is the surrenderness. Surrenderness means, because many people we are hearing, many places we are hearing. In Bhagavad Gita also, it is Krishna himself is saying in 18.66, Sarva dharman parityajya mamyekam sharanam braja aham swam sarva papepyo mokshasyami masuchaka. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. So Krishna himself is saying that surrender unto me. And what is surrender? So suppose in the material point of view, somebody did some unlawful, means it is against the law. If somebody acted voluntarily, they can go to the police station and they can surrender there. Surrender means, suppose if they have some illegal things, suppose some drugs or some fake currencies, if they got from somebody else, somewhere is fall down. If they have taken all those activities, if they are doing some activities, if they realize that I'm doing some mistakes, I should not do this, let me go and surrender this to the police station authorities. Like that, the people who are going to the police station voluntarily, and what they will do, they will submit that the things. Somebody in early days, people used to have the unlicensed guns. So sometimes the police will announce that if anybody has unlicensed guns, please come and surrender in the police station. We won't take any action. And sometimes in the even our two-wheelers, if you are going beyond 15 years, then we have to go and we have to renew our bike RC. So if it is not renewed, then there is a fine is there. So what we'll do, we'll go and surrender that. We voluntarily will go and we will renew it. So these are some of the material surrender. That means voluntarily we are understanding that whatever we are doing is wrong. Then we have to go to the police station or the authorities and surrendering the things. So that means if the surrender means, what will happen? If somebody the most abominable activities, even though they did some most abominable activities, if they surrender in the material point of view also, if they go and voluntarily they surrender, I did this mistake, I'm accepting this mistake, like that, if somebody surrender, what will happen? In the material life also, there is a less punishment for the person, which is there in the material law. The similar thing, the living entities wandering in this material world, birth after birth, birth after birth, birth after birth, and doing all the sinful activities and living for only the sin gratification. So this is that only tendency. So whatever who are all living in this material world, everybody, each and every person is living for the sense gratification. I need to be happy. I need to enjoy this material world. Nobody, except the pure devotees, nobody is living for others. Outwardly, it will show that where they are living for others. Even we can take the police, the politicians. They will speak big. They will give big lectures. Okay, I'm living for the country. I'm living for this, living for that. But internally, they have something. I want some name and fame. They may not aspire for the opulences like wealth, but they may aspire for the name and fame. So that's the reason they will do some activity. So every person, if you see the material platform, everybody have their own agenda and they want to have their sense gratification. So that is the way currently people are living in this material world. And what is meant by surrender? Surrender means, surrender to the Supreme Lord means how we are materially surrendering, leaving our ego, and we are going and accepting our mistake, and we are not continuing the mistake after that. So that is surrenderness. So here, that is the material point of view. They are going to the police station or some other authorities, they are going and surrender. But here, surrendering the Supreme Lord means we are whatever the activities till now I lived for. There are so many births. Oh Lord, I took so many billions of births, and all the births I took care of my senses only. And I become a Dasa, means I was only take care of my senses. How can I gratify my senses? I looked for that only. But in this human form of life, I understand that those are all, it's a kind of waste of time, and we will be remain in this material world. Let me surrender unto you. Please show me a right path. Surrender means we are leaving whatever the sinful activities we did till now, and whatever the sense gratification mood we were, we will to leave that, and we wanted to go one step ahead. And how can I serve the Supreme Lord? How can I gratify the senses of the Supreme Lord? That means in our Goswamis, they are explaining that what is meant by surrenderness. That is Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. What is the topmost bhakti? Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam. So what is the senses of the Supreme Lord's Rishikesha means the Supreme Lord, who is the controller of the senses, master of the senses, who is a Rishikesha. So for his senses, if you gratify his senses, that is the topmost bhakti. So that means surrender to the Supreme Lord is the topmost. So surrendering to the Supreme Lord means we leave everything and we will take care of only the Supreme Lord. That is also there. That is for the pure devotees. They are there. We can also see we are witnesses. There are so many pure devotees. They left their material activities, material life. They left their job. They left their family also. They only work for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. How to propagate the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how to construct the temples, how to propagate this holy name of the Lord and bring the fallen souls into the Supreme Lord. So this is the activity that 24/7 they are thinking, building, and they are acting on this only. So those kind of devotees are pure devotees of the Lord. When a person accepting that person as a guru, and if you go and surrender unto that person, because if you ask somebody, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, surrender unto me, surrender unto me. So let us all go and surrender to the Supreme Lord, Krishna. So if you ask somebody, the people who may not be a devotee, who may not aware of the spiritual science and even the ABCD, that person immediately will ask, where is Krishna? Where he is sitting? If he is there, let me go and I will come and surrender. But where is Krishna? Show me Krishna. So that means internally they don't want to surrender. They wanted to be in the sense gratification mode only. So such persons we cannot change. But willingly, the person having the heart to surrender. So I need the opportunity. Till now, who has the realization, till in my life, I am in the path of sense gratification and I'm to took care of me and myself, my senses only. But now I wanted to gratify the senses of the Supreme Lord. I want to take care of the Supreme Lord. Such person, what can they do? They can go and surrender to the bona fide spiritual master. So the bona fide spiritual master, what can he do? Yes, he is always thinking about, because 24/7, he was thinking, building, and acting only for the Supreme Lord. So we can consider that person as the representative of the Supreme Lord. So representative of the Supreme Lord in the sense, suppose if you go to the post office, if you are giving the money order, or if you go to the bank, if you wanted to deposit to some other's account, so why you are not giving to anywhere? Yes, if you go to the HDFC Bank, SBI Bank, such banks only you are going and giving. Okay, for so and so person who has an account in this HDFC branch, so I want to transfer this money. Please put the money in this person's account. We don't know the person who is sitting the opposite side, who is there in the bank, but we are accepting them as a servant of that bank because they are the bona fide. So we are without any hesitation, because we are not going to ask, we are not asking them, show me your ID card, then only I will deposit the money. We won't say all those things. We are accepting that authority and we are giving our money with full confidence that money will definitely it will reach the destination wherever we want. So that way we are accepting the authorities. So similar way, how we are accepting the authorities like a bank employee and giving the money. The similar way, we have to accept the pure devotees of the Lord. How we can identify the pure devotees? Like how we are identifying the bank employees. The pure devotees, that bank employees, you can see them in the bank and you can accept them. The bank is the office, bank is the bona fide place where you can go and deposit your money and transfer your money. The similar way, the pure devotees of the Lord who are living in the Dham and who are living in the temples of the Supreme Lord, there is the bona fide places who are all there staying there in temples, and we can go and surrender. And we have to check, it is not, because there are so many, in the current material world, there are so many people, they are themselves, they are made God, they are saying that God, I am the Guru, all those stuffs, they become a business now. So where we are surrendering, under whom we are surrendering, that we need to be checked, because the fact check should be there. Otherwise, we will be fooled by those such persons. So the thing is, we have to surrender to the Supreme Lord and through the pure devotees of the Lord. And here, in this sloka, Brahma, he was explaining that even the surrender, the getting into the path of devotional service, this is, he was talking before this Kali Yuga. So there he was talking about the sinful living entities like women, labor class people, mountaineers who are staying in the mountains, and the Siberians in the sense who are lower than the Shudra class, who are the dog eaters, who are uncultured people. So even that person also it is possible. And also even the birds and beasts, the animals also it is possible they can go and surrender. So we can, it is demonstrated by Lord Ram during the exile. When he was in exile, all the living entities helped him. So if you see Jatayu is a birds category. He is the king of the bird. And the Jatayu helped Ram to find Sita. So, and Jambavan. Jambavan is the bear. And bear give the advice to the Vanara Sena how to fight, how to get into that, how to go to Sri Lanka. All those advices given by Jambavan, who is the bear. And all the Vanara Sena, all are monkeys. They are all under the guidance of the Supreme Lord. They are all self the Supreme Lord. It is not a hell. It is a Lord involved. Even the animals also can take part in the devotional service. That's what Lord proved in the Ramayana. And even a small squirrel, that also we studied. We are hearing the pastime of the squirrel, how he served the Supreme Lord. In similar way. So, and also Lord never see this is the animal, this is the birds, or this is the human being, this is that person is king. Never saw any differentiation. There is no difference at all. In front of the Lord, everyone are equal. That's what Lord Ram demonstrated. One of the place when Lord completed his 14 years exile, and he promised Bharata that once it is 14 years completed, immediately I will come to Ayodhya, I will take charge of the king. So then Bharata told, if you are not coming, even one day also missed, I will leave my body here. I will die. I will leave my life. Like that he told. So I will make a fire and I will jump into that. Like that Bharata told to Ram. So after completing of the 14 years, Lord going towards Ayodhya, that time there is a Muni or Bharadwaja Muni. He wanted to give the feast to Lord Ram and the Sena. So Lord Ram went there and they were staying there in Bharadwaja Muni ashrama. Then the preparation is going on. Then Lord Ram is remembering Bharata. Okay, if I am not going on time, he will jump into the fire. So he immediately sent Hanuman to Bharata to go and tell him that I am on the way. I am in the feast now. I will come back. Like that he told. Then Hanuman went there and he told to Bharata that Rama is on the way. Rama will come. So don't take any other decisions. Like that he conveyed the message to Bharata and he came back. So when Hanuman came back to Bharadwaja Muni ashrama, all are started honoring the prasada, even including the Lord. They are sitting and they are honoring the prasada. And there is no place for Hanuman to sit. And there is no leaf also to serve the prasada. So immediately what? No, everybody can continue their prasadam, but Lord Ram called Hanuman and asked him to sit opposite to him. And he, in the banana leaf, there is a two-part we will see. So in the top part of the part, because Hanuman is a family of monkeys, Vanara, so he's liking the fruits. So fruits and vegetables. So he asked the Bharadwaja Muni's servants, keep all the fruits and vegetables in the upper part of the banana leaf. And the lower part of the banana leaf, other part of the feast for rice, sabji and all vegetables. What are the sabjis they made, sweet, everything for Lord Ram. In the same leaf, he shared the same leaf with a monkey for Hanuman. So that is the way the devotee, the Lord is accepting a devotee, even he is ready to share the same leaf wherever he is garnering the prasadam. Because that is because of the surrenderness of the Lord Hanuman. Because Hanuman also that much surrender towards the Lord. And Lord also having a lot of love towards Hanuman because he is serving the Lord wholeheartedly. So Lord is ready to share the leaf also. In that way, they had the prasadam in the Bharadwaj Ashram, Bharadwaj Muni Ashrama. Lord, from that day, it is said that in the banana leaf also there are two parts from after that only. Because Lord made the first part, the upper part for Hanuman and lower part for him. So that is the way the banana leaf also there is a line in between. So that is the way Lord honored the devotees, irrespective of whether he is a king or he is an animal. He never saw that. He is always overall ready to serve the Lord. He accepted all the people for the service. It is not necessary because even we will say that only human being has the six senses, all the animals and all not having the senses. But Lord demonstrated even you can use animals also for the devotional service, and the animals also can perfect in their life. So what happened to all the Vanara Sena and all the animals along with the Lord? Everybody got that great destination. Even Jadayu, in the hands of the Lord, the last is done by the Supreme Lord, even for the Jadayu, is the bird category. So that is the greatness of the Supreme Lord. You won't see any differences, whether he's a woman or he's a labor class person, he's a mountaineer or a Siberian or bird or beast. No difference in front of the Lord. All are equal. But the differentiation, we only having the differentiation whether it is an animal. Okay, the animal you should not, and he is an untouchable person. Including within the human society itself, we have that this is the untouchable person. We should stay away from this person. They are not clean. All those things within our anartha only. But even though the person who is in the filthy place, who are the beggar or he may be ugly, in that person heart also Lord is staying as a Paramatma and he is taking care of that person. So that is the greatness of the Supreme Lord. So Lord won't see whether it is a filthy or it is a clean or unclean, nothing. Because Lord will see only the purity of the soul, that's all. And he wanted when this living entity turned towards me, that is the only thing. Turn means when the living entity surrender unto me and serve me. So that is the only thing Lord is expecting. And he was always birth after birth, he is accompanying us. So even though we have the relatives, we have friends, we have father, parents, we have the son, daughter, everybody only in this lifetime only. And they will, all the relatives, what they will do? They can come up to your burial ground where our body is getting burned. That's all. After that, what will happen? Who is going to come along with us when we left the body? Nobody. So we said your chapter is entered there. When we are leaving this body, this current chapter, what is our chapter? We are leaving this material world. We are thinking that this is parent, this is child, this is my relatives, this is my friends. Everything will end over there. After that, we are going to take another body. It may be a human body or it may be an animal body. We don't know. But even that time also, along with us, Lord is accompanying us and he is getting at whatever we like. Lord is ready to accept, come into that body also. He is staying along with us and he is the overseer and the permitter. So that is the greatness of the Supreme Lord. So such Supreme Lord, we should surrender with a wholeheartedly by the understanding, with a proper understanding. It is not just like everybody surrendering. I am also not. Surrendering means leaving our sense gratifications and work for the senses of the Supreme Lord. That is the surrenderness. So through the pure devotees, if you surrender to the pure devotees, it's as good as surrendering to the Supreme Lord. And the pure devotees activities also, they will also directly they will serve the Supreme Lord. We will help them. That means our help also, helping to them also, it is serving the Supreme Lord only. In that way, the surrenderness, it will take us to the pure devotional service, and from that we can get the proper destination at the end of our life. Hare Krishna. Vidantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.